Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first installment of Pointless Pitches, the show where I take a popular gaming franchise and turn it into an adaptation for TV and/or streaming services. And what we'll be doing for the pilot? Halo. First up, I should get into a few things before we get into the meat of the video. For starters, I will not be referencing the actual Halo show at all throughout the video. I have not seen it. I will not be giving an opinion on it. All I know is what my friends have told me and what few clips I've seen online. Second of all, this will be under ideal conditions without any kind of studio meddling or anything like that. I will also not be commenting on any kind of effects or anything like that, or any kind of acting preferences on the part of the cast. With all of that said, let's get into it. Alrighty, starting up with Season 1, we'll be adapting Halo Combat Evolved. It'll be a 13-episode season, with the first 4 episodes adapting everything from the Pillar of Autumn until they reach the Flood facility. In the next 4 episodes, we'll be adapting everything in the Flood facility, including the Guilty Spark betrayal, and right up until they need to go find Commander Keyes. And the last 5 episodes will cover everything involving getting to Commander Keyes and destroying the Halo ring. A few modifications that I'd like to make are adding in Linda so that we can at least start preparing for Halo 5 early, and giving the Arbiter a bit more presence in this adaptation. He'd obviously be going by Thel 'Vadam at this point, but I think it would help make the link between Season 1 and Season 2 a lot stronger, as opposed to him, in all honesty, coming out of nowhere at the beginning of the second one. Next up is Season 2, which would be adapting Halo 2. The only real modifications made to this one would be adding in Fred and Kelly, once again for a better lead into the Halo 5 portion, and there's not actually much you need to change here. Just flesh a few things out to help meet a longer running time, and you're pretty much golden. Alrighty, Season 3, adapting Halo 3, and this is the one where you pretty much have to change basically nothing. The story already would fit very well into a TV adaptation. The only real thing you'd have to do is, once again, add a few things to help flesh out the running time. Moving on. And welcome to Season 4, where we have to make a few alterations to the format of Halo 4. For starters, we will not be starting with Master Chief. Instead, the first few episodes would be us following Palmer and Lasky on the Forward Unto Dawn. Them receiving the signal, going to Requiem, and getting into a fight with the Forerunners prior to the Chief coming in to save the day. This time in his actual Halo 3 armor instead of the updated Halo 4 armor, just to help maintain a bit of continuity. And then he'd get the Halo 4 armor when he meets them. And the episode after that would be the Chief recounting the first few levels of Halo 4, telling them how he got there, leaving out the parts about Cortana being rampant until later when the two of them are alone and they talk about it there. After that, pretty much everything can stay the same, just build a bit more of a relationship between Chief and Palmer for something later on. Next up, we'll be covering Reach and 3 ODST, with the two of them being 6-episode miniseries focusing on Buck and June as lead-ins to Halo 5 Guardians. Both of them framed as mission reports for both Buck and June, and ending with Palmer coming to them and recruiting them for Fireteam Osiris to hunt down the Master Chief, leading us directly into Season 5, adapting Halo 5 Guardians. Now, this one has to be changed the most. Specifically, changing around Fireteam Osiris. For starters, Locke will not be the leader, Palmer will. Hence why I said giving Chief and Palmer more time to actually build a relationship together of mutual respect, or at least one-sided respect on the side of Palmer. June, from Reach, is the only member of Noble Team to have been confirmed to survive. And with him having worked with George and having been trained by a Spartan 2, it'll give some good conflicting opinions with the rest of the team, and maybe a bit of a different angle on this team of twos that is Blue Team. Buck and Tanaka can stay, but we are going to need to adapt Tanaka a bit more and develop her a little bit more. Outside of that, the story itself is fine. The only real problems that I could see were a lot of the character interactions and relationships in the game. Next up, we'll be covering... Alrighty, last up we've got Seasons 6 and 7. And yeah, this is where we're adapting Halo Infinite. And yes, I do mean both Seasons 6 and 7. 7 will basically be the plot of Infinite, adapted into a TV show. Not much really needs to change there. But something that should happen is letting us actually see the war between the UNSC, or whatever was left of it at the end of 5 Guardians, and Atriox is banished, and Cortana's AI. Seeing actually how that war goes, how they eventually came to the conclusion to create a new Cortana in the form of weapon, and seeing Chief's reaction to it, seeing Chief's reaction to basically losing everything against Atriox, and Atriox killing Cortana, and Chief just not knowing what to do with the weapon since he can't get in contact with Halsey or anyone else from the Forward Unto Dawn because it was destroyed. Not knowing if any of them are alive or anything like that. And that is how I would adapt Halo into a TV show / streaming site show. Whatever you want to call it. With all that said, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Later.